Well, I want to play this 3 from the center table along with most of the rest of this game except for the 9 ball. The problem is getting from the 1 to the 2. Do I want to get center table or do I want to get on this side of the 6 and the 3 ball? The problem with center tables, you're going to have a bit of a tough shot on the 2 to get back on the 3. So I chose to come up on the left-hand side of the 3 ball, which gave me less room than center table, of course. But I think it was the right decision. I went a little bit long here, but that's okay. All you have to do is tap it in and you're on the 4. So I'm shooting again for center table on the 4 ball to get back on the 5, and again shooting the 5 to get center table on the 6 and the 7 and the 8. So it just goes to show you that center table is the handiest shot in the world of pool. It's the handiest position play in the world of pool. If you're not sure what to do, consider center table. And it's often pretty easy to get to. So, I mean, you can't really lose there. It's the safe zone. The problem is when you have a ball on the bottom rail or the top rail, like that 9 ball down there, you wouldn't want to get center table on the 9 ball. You'd be in big trouble. So, yeah, I shot this wrong. I put a little bit of draw on that, and I pulled it over, and it came close to scratching here. And it looks like I have a bad angle on the 8 to get to the 9, but it's not. Just slow roll it in and tap it in, and you should be good on the 9.
He's so funny. He was a French maid outfit. Yeah. He gets our rigs.
Just like that.
This almost got thrown away. And I thought, so cute. It's faded. And then I got it.
You can imagine the line as if you're straight in on the shot and it's going straight through the object ball and straight through the pocket. On this 2 ball, we can afford to be straight in because it leaves us perfect to hit a stop shot and get right on the 3 ball. And we need to be a little bit on the right-hand side of the 3. Just like that. And that will leave us perfect to get on the right side of the 4 ball. So we can go 2 rounds and get on the right side of the 5 ball. Just a little bit to the right of the 5 ball though. This is a little bit tricky. That was spun a little bit. And that's perfect, and now we can get right on the 6 ball. It's a little bit down table, and we should be on a little bit on the left-hand side of the 6 ball. So I had to use the bottom rail to bounce out. And that leaves us perfect to get on the left-hand side of the 7 ball. And the reason I want to be on the left-hand side is because I want to shoot the 7 in the side and go up table to get right on the 8 ball. You always want to be straight in on the 9, but you shouldn't take crazy chances in order to be straight in. And that wasn't too risky, so I went for it. Didn't exactly get straight in, but we're good. Sometimes there's a better way to do things, and I recognize this as soon as I shoot the 1 ball. And this is not a good way to get started on this rack because it forces me into traffic when I try to get on the 4 ball. So I'm pulling this back 2 rounds to try to get right on the 3 in order to shoot the 3 and go all the way down table and back up to the right hand side of the table on the 4. And yeah, this was not smart. There's much better ways to get through this rack. And this is not off to a good start. Then the train wreck continues. I should just roll down and shoot the 5 in the side, but I'm drawing this back to try to get perfect on the 5. And I'm taking a chance of getting behind the 8, and I came up a little bit short, so now I have to be real careful and just kind of roll that in and draw it, stun it a little bit so I didn't scratch. And now I should be pulling back, yeah, just to try to get straight in on the 7 ball. And I think I'm a little bit on the right side of the 7. So, you shouldn't be afraid of long shots, but it was all just so unnecessary. So I just chose to stop that because it leaves me on the right-hand side of the 8. And another little tester here, and that should allow me to just roll down on the 9 ball. Yeah, and a lot of bad choices in that rack, and I just wouldn't recommend running it like that. If you sense that you're going to be in trouble, just rethink the whole rack. Most of the amateur players shoot a little bit too hard, anywhere from a little bit too hard to a lot too hard, and this is every shot in every game. You'll notice every shot here except one is soft, and this is about the pocket speed that you want to play. I worked a long time for many years to get the pocket speed down, and this is one of my best tips I can give. What happens to most amateurs is they're usually a little bit worried because they're not real sure of themselves, and shooting too hard is a sure sign of anxiety and just not being sure of themselves. And even on a power draw shot, you really don't have to shoot it that hard. But yeah, every shot in this game is just pocket speed, and this is going to take this is where just getting out and hitting balls can really work for your advantage, because you can actually practice just shooting pocket speed, and even when you're playing people, you should continue that practice. Alright, I'm on the wrong side of the 7, and this is top left just to go 2 rails, not 1. I'm not trying to get close to the 8 ball, I just want to get the right angle on the 8 to get on the 9. And the problem with this shot right here is we're going straight in. It's just top there, no bottom, no left, no right. And I knew I was going straight into the 9, but I didn't want to play with the scratch in the side. So now I have a little bit of a tester on the 9 ball. But, yeah. I shoot them a lot, so I have a lot of practice shooting. Yeah, that's nothing to brag about there. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all y'all, and we'll be coming out with some more soon.